Yeah, I love this place. I guess we made no mistakes. There were some really fast cars and we just seemed to get it right, and be smooth every lap.
NASCAR fans, tell us this. What do you call a guy who shows up once a year, drops the hammer on the entire field, and then casually hops back on a flight to the other side of the planet? Yeah, you call him Shane Van freaking Gisbergen, the street-slaying Kiwi who just did it again in Chicago. 2 years ago, he stunned the world with a win in his first ever Cup Series race on the streets of Chicago town. Now, he's come back and said, "Hold my steering wheel." Now, SVG didn't just win the Cup Series. Oh no, this dude swept the entire weekend. Xfinity win on Saturday, then the Cup win on Sunday, and both from pole. He's in rare air now, and only Kyle Busch has done that before. But this wasn't just about SVG. The streets of Chicago were dripping with chaos. We had crashes on lap 3, beef between Chastain and Logano, a surprise McDowell surge, Blaney being a quiet genius, and a final yellow which gave that finish under caution that had SVG sweating bullets. You want drama? We've got it. You want dominance? SVG served it cold. So let's break it all down and unpack every wild moment from the most unpredictable race on the 2025 calendar. Now, going into Sunday's race, the vibes were tense. Weather forecasts were calling for a downpour. Teams were tweaking their cars with last-minute fixes, and NASCAR? Oh, they were handing out penalties like candy at Halloween. Big names like Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, William Byron, and Alex Bowman all sent to the back for unapproved adjustments. Even SVG's Trackhouse teammate Daniel Suarez wasn't safe. Oh, and did we mention Derek Rose? Yeah, that Derek Rose gave the command to start the engines? Because of course. The race started, and within 3 laps, it was chaos. Carson Hocevar, the unofficial agent of mayhem in the garage, slammed the inside wall in turn 10, ping-ponged into the outer barrier, and somehow managed to block the entire track like he was trying to create a traffic jam on purpose. Brad Keselowski, done. Daniel Suarez, wounded. Todd Gilliland, Austin Dillon, Will Brown, all caught in the wreckage. Even the tow truck probably rolled its eyes like, "Really, Carson? Again?" It was a red flag, the track blocked, the race paused, and welcome to street course racing, folks. But through that madness, one man emerged with some sneaky speed. Michael McDowell. He stole the lead from SVG on lap 1, and straight up owned stage 1. Led 31 laps, and looked like a real contender. The problem was, McDowell's throttle didn't get the memo. By lap 32, the number 71 was stuck in the garage with a mechanical mess, and just like that, poof, Cinderella's slipper shattered on the concrete. Now, stage 2 flipped the script. Ryan Blaney, cool, calm, playoff bound, played his cards right, stayed out while the others pitted, and grabbed the stage 2 win. The guy was all smiles while the rest of the field was literally falling apart. Meanwhile, SVG and AJ Allmendinger were quietly working their way through the field, staying in the mix like sharks circling their prey. Next, stage 3 kicked off with Chase Briscoe leading and SVG stalking like a silent assassin. SVG passed Tyler Reddick on lap 57, passed Briscoe on lap 60, and did it all with the surgical precision of a man who's done this dance before, because he has. He won this exact race in 2023 in his NASCAR debut. Now, 2 years later, the man from New Zealand was about to do it again. And better. But it wouldn't be a street race without some drama. On lap 64, Austin Cindric just stalls in turn 6. No crash, just vibes. Caution flag flies. Cue the tension. Restart? Disaster. Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., all caught up in a chain reaction of chaos. Logano was livid. You could feel the steam through the screen. Why? Because Chastain admitted he wrecked Logano on purpose. Yup. Another chapter in the Chastain versus everybody saga. These two already had beef at Coter and Martinsville this year, and now Chicago adds fuel to the fire.
Yeah, it's typical Ross. He just sees red and does dumb stuff. That's all. And that's twice this year on road courses at the end of these things I've been caught by Ross. Over.
What did you say to him?
Sure you heard it.
Logano stormed down pit road post-race and confronted Chastain face-to-face. Let's just say, it wasn't hugs and handshakes. On the final restart, Ty Gibbs, who'd been quietly lurking all race, shot up to second. Fresh tires, clean track, 9 laps to go, and for a moment you thought, could he actually catch SVG? But nope, SVG got the jump in turn 12, hit the perfect line into turn 1, and never looked back. Gibbs, who equaled his career-best Cup finish, said it straight. He just got a good gap, and got away from me. 2 laps to go. Cody Ware slams the wall in turn 6. But SVG had just crossed the start-finish line to begin the final lap, and the race ends under caution. SVG wins the 2025 Grant Park 165, just like he did in 2023, only this time, he sweeps the weekend. Xfinity and Cup Series, both from pole. Only one other driver in history had done that before. Kyle Busch at Indy in 2016. Now, SVG joins the list. SVG hopped out of the car grinning from ear to ear, like he just robbed a street course blind.
What an amazing weekend for me. Lucky guy to drive some great cars, and thanks for everyone for coming out. And I guess we made no mistakes. You know, there were some really fast cars and we just seemed to get it right, you know, make no mistakes, be smooth every lap. It's just so hot this weekend, you know, the track was very slick and the times were a lot slower and the margin for error was very tiny. So just had to get it right. And
But make no mistake, this was talent, not luck. He thanked his Trackhouse crew, his engineer Stephen Doran, and WeatherTech, the sponsor whose home race this just happened to be. And then he celebrated like a rugby champ. Arms up, crowd roaring, the Chicago skyline behind him. Iconic. Now, aside from SVG's domination, there were major implications for the in-season challenge too. Ty Dillon advanced after Brad Keselowski's early exit. John Hunter Nemechek eliminated Chase Elliott by just 1 spot. Ryan Preece took out Noah Gragson.
Tyler Reddick ousted Carson Hocevar.
Ty Gibbs took down AJ Allmendinger. Zane Smith eliminated Chris Buescher. And Kyle Busch spun out all on his own. Rough day. William Byron, broken clutch, finished 40th. His points lead over Chase Elliott shrinks to just 13. Meanwhile, Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman were trading paint and words like it was a bar fight on wheels. Bubba's spin on the final laps summed it all up. Pure street course carnage. So, what did we learn in Chicago? That Shane Van Gisbergen is the undisputed king of street courses. That NASCAR street racing is absolute beautiful chaos. And that when SVG shows up on a road course, the rest of the field better take notes or take cover. Next stop, Sonoma Raceway. Will it be another road course Royal Rumble? Or will someone finally stop the Kiwi from adding another chapter to this wild 2025 season? And what was your favorite moment from Chicago? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this discussion rolling. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more interesting stories and updates from everything NASCAR. Do share this video with your friends. Until next time, keep the conversation going on, lucky dog on track.